The cosmos churned with an unspoken tension, the kind that preluded a storm of unimaginable magnitude. Far beyond the borders of the 9 realms, in the cold abyss of deep space, a cosmic behemoth stirred. Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, drifted in the endless void, his hunger gnawing at the fabric of his very being. He had consumed countless civilizations, drained planets of their life force, and yet the hunger was never truly satiated. He was entropy given form, a force of balance in the grand equation of existence. But now, the Devourer's gaze turned toward a world unlike any he had ever encountered. Asgard, a realm of gods, warriors, and ancient power, ruled by Odin Allfather, the indomitable protector of the 9 realms. It was a world saturated with divine energy, a feast beyond comprehension, rich with the power of the Odinforce that flowed through its very core. Galactus had long ignored such realms, for their energies were volatile, difficult to digest, and often protected by forces that could challenge even his might. But the hunger was growing unbearable. He had faced starvation before, and such weakness was an invitation to destruction even for him. If he was to endure, he had to consume something greater than mere mortal worlds. The choice was made. The decision absolute. Galactus would claim Asgard. Odin sat upon his golden throne in the great hall of Valaskjalf, his single eye gazing into the void through the all-seeing power of his ravens. Across the vast chasm of space, he sensed the encroaching doom, a hunger older than most of the cosmos itself. Galactus was coming. The All-Father's hand tightened around Gungnir, his celestial spear. He had battled countless threats, surging demons from Muspelheim, the frost-ridden horrors of Jotunheim, even cosmic conquerors that sought dominion over the 9 realms. But Galactus was different. He was no mere king, no would-be tyrant. Galactus was a force, a being that devoured for necessity, not conquest. Even Odin, with all his wisdom and might, knew that to face him was to stand against something ancient and inevitable. The golden halls of Asgard erupted with the sounds of war horns as Odin summoned his warriors. The Einherjar, the fiercest of Asgard's warriors, assembled in disciplined ranks, their golden armor gleaming beneath the celestial glow of the eternal sky. The Valkyries, celestial warriors of the honored dead, sharpened their blades and readied their winged steeds. Even the Destroyer, the living weapon forged to battle the greatest of threats, stood motionless, yet charged with an energy waiting to be unleashed. But Odin knew this would not be enough. Not against him. In the chambers of wisdom, the gods of Asgard gathered. Thor, the god of thunder, stood defiant. "Let him come," he roared, Mjolnir crackling with raw lightning. "I will strike him down, as I have done to giants and titans alike." But Odin was silent. Frigga, his queen, placed a hand upon his shoulder. "This battle will cost more than steel and thunder," she warned. Odin nodded. He had lived long enough to understand the cost of war against such an entity. There was no victory in mere battle, not against Galactus. Loki, ever the schemer, smirked from the shadows. "Perhaps words might serve better than weapons," he suggested. "A creature like Galactus does not hunger for war, but sustenance. Might we offer him another meal?" But Odin shook his head. "Galactus is not one to be reasoned with when the hunger is upon him. He will take Asgard's power and leave nothing but an empty husk." The All-Father stood, his godly presence towering over all assembled. "There will be no retreat," he declared. "If Asgard must fall, it will fall with the fury of the gods. The Devourer arrives." The sky of Asgard darkened as an unnatural shadow spread across the heavens. A shape, vast beyond comprehension, descended upon the realm of gods. Galactus had arrived. His cosmic armor shimmered with an otherworldly glow, his vast form blotting out the stars. His gaze, impassive yet inexorable, settled upon the golden city. The air crackled with power. A voice, deep as the void and resonant with the weight of eternity, echoed through the fabric of reality itself. "I have come to feed." Lightning split the sky. The very stars trembled. The Bifrost, The rainbow bridge that connected Asgard to the cosmos flickered as the godly realm itself seemed to recoil from the presence of the Devourer. On the golden spires of Asgard, Odin stood alone at the edge, staring into the abyssal eyes of Galactus. "You shall not have Asgard," the All-Father declared, his voice carrying across the vast expanse of space. Galactus did not respond with words. Instead, he raised his hand. A surge of cosmic energy, vast enough to shatter moons, gathered in his palm. It was neither a threat nor a warning, only inevitability. Odin tightened his grip on Gungnir, the Odinforce surging through him. He had faced death before. He had challenged the unchallengeable, waged war against the very fabric of fate. But never before had he faced the hunger of a god greater than even himself. The battle was upon them. A storm unlike any that had ever shaken the 9 realms erupted as Odin, the All-Father, unleashed his might against the cosmic force of Galactus. Thunder roared, the sky split with golden energy, and the ground trembled beneath, the sheer magnitude of divine and cosmic power colliding. Galactus, unmoved by the fury of Asgard, extended his hand, releasing a beam of raw cosmic energy, vast enough to shatter worlds. The blast surged forward, its heat alone causing the Bifrost to crack, the golden spires of Asgard to tremble. But before it could reach the heart of the realm, Odin raised Gungnir, his celestial spear, and with a single swing, channeled the full force of the Odinforce. A golden barrier expanded outward, intercepting the beam. The heavens trembled as the energies clashed, waves of force radiating in all directions, toppling statues, shaking mountains, and causing Asgard's very foundation to quake. The explosion that followed lit up the cosmos, visible from distant galaxies. "You resist the inevitable." Galactus's voice echoed across the battlefield. He took a step forward, his very presence warping the air around him. Odin did not answer with words, only power. Summoning the strength of the gods before him, the All-Father ascended, his armor glowing with divine energy. He hurled Gungnir at Galactus, the spear expanding mid-flight into a comet of pure force, striking the Devourer square in the chest. Galactus staggered. The impact was enough to send shockwaves rippling across space, forcing even the World Eater to acknowledge that Odin was not to be taken lightly. But Odin knew this was not enough. A battle of titans. Thor and the Valkyries descended from the sky, unleashing a storm of divine fury upon the Devourer. Mjolnir struck with the force of collapsing stars. The Valkyries' lances rained down like celestial spears. Even the Destroyer, Asgard's ultimate weapon, joined the assault, its energy beams slicing through the void. But Galactus merely raised his hand. A pulse of cosmic might exploded outward, sweeping away the attackers like leaves in a hurricane. The Destroyer crumbled to pieces. Mjolnir was torn from Thor's grasp and sent hurtling into the void. And the Valkyries were cast aside like dust. Asgard itself groaned beneath the devastation. Odin gritted his teeth. This was a battle not just for Asgard, but for the legacy of the gods. He could not allow Galactus to consume his realm, summoning the full might of the Odinforce. He unleashed a final attack, one that would either end a battle or destroy him in the process. His eye burned with divine fury as he raised his hands to the sky. "By the power of the All-Father, I banish thee!" A golden vortex erupted from Odin's very soul, enveloping Galactus in a torrent of divine power. This was no mere attack, it was an expulsion, an attempt to cast the Devourer out of existence itself. The very fabric of space-time twisted, Asgard's skies opening into a realm beyond understanding. For the first time, Galactus hesitated. The vortex pulled at him, drawing him toward the abyss, threatening to scatter his essence across the cosmos. But then, in a final act of defiance, Galactus planted his feet and resisted. His hands surged with the power cosmic. In a single motion, he absorbed the energy Odin had unleashed. The golden vortex collapsed in on itself, its power siphoned directly into the Devourer. The Asgardian gods watched in horror as Odin's final gambit failed. Galactus, now empowered by the Odinforce itself, reached forward and grasped Odin in his hand. The All-Father struggled, lightning crackling around him, but he could not break free. The Devourer's grip tightened, draining Odin's strength. The golden glow of the Odinforce flickered. Odin screamed. The sound of a god's defeat echoed through the cosmos. Then silence. Galactus slowly released his grip. Odin's form, weakened and diminished, fell from his grasp, crashing onto the golden fields of Asgard. His armor was shattered, his spear broken. The All-Father lay still, his divine light flickering like a dying star. Galactus gazed upon the ruins of Asgard, but he did not consume it. He had absorbed enough power from Odin himself to quell the hunger, for now. Without a word, the Devourer turned and vanished into the abyss of space, leaving Asgard in ruins and its king broken. The war was over. The Devourer had won.